after looking at the tape, kind of what I said. We got down a little bit there and then fought our way back in, and then didn't make enough plays and didn't do enough to affect the game in a positive way to get over the hump there. But part of our guys' effort, I thought we kept fighting. Just got to play a little bit cleaner to beat a good football team.
Did it get a little chippy out there? And if it did, was that just the nature of the game? Did you feel like it was more chippy than a normal game?
Not really, Darren, honestly. Football is a combative, emotional sport. You got to make sure that you can control your emotions and play within the rules. But, it's pro football, so I thought our guys handled themselves.
James had something going on after the game. Are you aware of that? Are you aware of what it was all about?
Yeah, I think just a couple words were said, but they got it out and on to the next one.
You haven't seen Kyler play in person yet, but you know what he brings with a dual threat. I guess you could say Dobbs is bringing that kind of duality as well, and how important is that?
Yeah, huge. I think, what we talked about, Josh can make plays with his legs in the passing game and in the run game. And we know Kyler can do those things. I have seen him play live, Bob, against me. But, yeah, I got you. But, it is. Obviously, it's a part of defending people. You got to be aware of their skill set and how they like to use certain guys. That's a challenge offense and defensively and special teams. Every week, and that kind of changes every week. But I think the added element of Josh being able to make plays with his legs, it's a typically in the run game, quarterback run game, you're one short, and then if you 4-man rush or 5-man rush, it's kind of a numbers game. If you don't have someone that 4 or 5-man rush isn't hitting the quarterback or keeping them in the pocket, you're kind of out of people. So that's been a huge bonus for us.
Wilson wasn't in there in the last drive. Is he okay health-wise?
Yeah, he's okay. Mm-hmm.
Roster moves, can we expect some guys coming back from some very
We'll see. Kind of nothing's changed with the pup guys. Hopefully we'll see how it goes the next couple days, and then you guys will see Wednesday what we're doing.
So with the guys who were released today, then you're still working through how they might be replaced?
Exactly.
On just Paris's game overall going up against another tough.
Yeah, thought he played well. I thought he played well. Good learning experience for him, but he's played winning football for 4 weeks here now, so he's in good spirits. He was yelling at me after meetings on to Cincinnati, but he's doing a good job.
Has he exceeded expectations from when you guys brought him in, or is he right where you guys imagined he would be at this point?
I don't want to say I have expectations for him. I think that everything that we've asked him to do on and off the field, he has done that and probably more. So I guess if I say it like that, he has exceeded some expectations, I guess. But he was taken where he was taken for a reason, and he plays a premium position, and he's played well.
Was there ever concern after whatever happened in practice Friday and he was questionable? Was there ever concern that he wouldn't be able to play?
No, he had a little tweak, in practice, but I thought he was going to be good to go there.
What do you think of the defense's performance against the Niners, specifically dealing with Christian McCaffrey?
Yeah, I think we got to play a little bit cleaner. That's what I told the team today too. All 3 phases, it's all our jobs to make sure that we play well enough in all 3 phases to impact the game in a positive way. And I felt like the defense, we made some stops there, but, spotting a team 21 points, or I know it was 14-3, but 21-3 in the first half, like we got to play a little bit better. We got to coach better, clean up some details. That was kind of a theme, some technique, some things on us of, how we set up practice. We got to do a better job, put them in better positions, because I don't feel like we played well enough, especially in the first half, to kind of, win the football game there. We spotted them some points, and it's hard to come back that far back against a good football team. So we got to do a better job on that phase.
On On that sack in the fourth quarter, Tristan was in at center, and right before the snap, which looked like it might have been delayed, but Will Hernandez kind of got up and said something to him, and then was that just kind of a botch play?
Operation. No, I don't think it's a botch play. He was co-signing the call there about which way he was going. But we were up against the clock. Was I out of timeout at that point? No, I was not. I was standing next to the ref, and Drew said, we'll be fine, we'll get it off, so that's why I didn't call the timeout. But I thought we got out of the huddle okay. A little bit of miscommunication, but they fixed it on the fly. And, San Francisco made a good play. That was a big play in the game, though, because there's, the two-score game there, and we ended up having to punt. You wish we could have got a chance on third down, or fourth down there, but they did a good job and covered us and sacked us.
Impressed you most about that 99-yard drive?
Execution, some resiliency there, backed way up. You don't see that. That's a long way to go to score a touchdown against good defense. We had some explosives in there. I thought some runs popped. We had a couple conversions. Like I said, hit the explosive. Then we got down in there. The 3rd and 2, we converted. And then the next play was a touchdown to Mike, I think. So, just a big-time drive by our offense to cut it to less than one-score game. That I think that made it. And it's really what we needed. We got the stop, and then they did a good job executing their punt, got us backed up there, and we got out of it. I think there's a few 3rd and 1 conversions on that drive. But yeah, it was huge. That's one of the main reasons we got back into the game, where it made it that tight in the 3rd quarter, was those points there. And typically you don't go 99 yards and score. So that was good by them.
The decision on the 4th and 7 to go for it, and then on the fake punt, was that in your mind that you just, against this team, you knew you were going to need points?
A little bit. It's case by case. I thought that I liked. Now, credit to San Francisco on a 4th and 7. They played something a little bit different, and Josh used his legs and got it there. And then the fake punt, we got certain things up every week without giving in too much detail that we feel good about, to steal possessions or stay on the field, or all 3 phases kind of got things that if we need them at the right point in time, and they executed it well. They've practiced that for a couple weeks now, and they executed it. But I felt like at that point in the game, you got to be okay with those calls not working out too. But I think our team understands, like, when we make those decisions, I trust that the calls are made and we can execute them. And I thought that's what we needed to do to kind of get us jump-started back into the game. I wanted some points out of that drive. And that's what we did. So I thought that was a huge kind of momentum turn there, going into half, down 11 instead of down 2 or 3 scores, So good job by Zeke, the whole Coach Roger, Sam, the whole, unit there, because it was a tough look. They kind of adjusted to it. One guy kind of knifed in there, but Zeke, banged it up in there and got it.
Speaking of Zeke, he played a lot of defensive snaps yesterday. I noticed Chris Barnes was active and he played a little bit, but he didn't play a lot of defense. Was that a matchup thing, or was that had to do with Chris's hand?
Yeah, health related. Good question, Darren.
Can you tell us who the scout team player of the week is?
It was Jackson Barton.
Each week, Hollywood Brown, production-wise, continues to get more and more yardage, continues to rack up. Would you say that's just because of the chemistry he started to build with Dobbs, or what would you point that towards?
Yeah, I think one of the main things is, Drew is aware of making sure that he touches the ball. And, a big part of our passing game goes through Hollywood. And when his number is called, he makes plays. He caught the 3rd down. He had the explosive. He had the one after the Mike's conversion on the 3rd down. I think that's when we were down 2 drives, went down, and then that was the punt we're talking about. But that next play where he caught it in between 2 guys, that was a big-time play. But Hollywood's one of our premier receivers, and when his number's called, he produces. So we'll keep, trying to find ways to get him in the rock. But it's not hard when he gets open all the time and catches it.
How do you, excuse me, evaluate the entire defensive line with guys like Stills, of course, and Banks, and of course Roy playing
Yeah.
pretty good numbers?
Yeah, I think collectively, I think coming out of the meetings today, they know they got to play a little bit better, a little bit cleaner. The efforts, I talked to them today, the efforts there, the motor's there. Our pad level's got to be a little bit better. We got to put our hands on the right people all the time, get aligned right all the time. But I thought they did a good job. They came in and battled. You know, we were down lead. You know, I thought honestly Dante probably had his best game, in my opinion. And that's a tough scheme for a defensive lineman to go against because they put you in some conflict and do some different things. But I thought they did a good job.
There's a chance for Ledbetter and Woods this week.
I think so. We'll see. They're trending the right way, but you got to go through the week of practice and see.